Who is Stephen A. Smith's top 5 in the NBA of all time? I'm really curious. I would love to know the answer to that.
For me, it's Michael Jordan. Yeah. It's Magic Johnson. It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Was LeBron in there yet?
Tim Duncan and LeBron James.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good 5.
Tim Duncan and LeBron James. Now, see, here's where it becomes a bit sacrilegious because I'm never taking Michael Jordan out under any circumstances.
Right. I think most people would be on board with that.
But I might take out Magic.
Wow.
Magic is the greatest point guard that ever played the game. But let's be real about something. Magic Johnson was 6'9", and most opponents he went against, he towered over.
Right.
So as a result, that obviously facilitated a better, not to say that he couldn't pass because he's such a phenomenal passer and just a savant of basketball mind, but in terms of his athletic ability, his gifts as a basketball player, it's really up here in his mind because he's so highly intelligent, and his passing ability, shooting, ball handling, defending. Magic Johnson's not on the level of the other guys that you would mention, okay? He's not even on Kobe's level in that regard. And so when you look at the greatness of Kevin Durant, if Kevin Durant stays in Golden State, if Kevin Durant, let's say, wins 2 or 3 more titles, let's say Kevin Durant ends up capturing 5 titles in his career, when you look at him, how many guys were 6'11", 7'6" wingspan, had the ball handling skills of a guard, could shoot from anywhere, inside or out, and, oh, by the way, has elevated himself to a big-time defender in the game of basketball. There are very, very few people. We used to look at Kevin Durant and say, Iceman, George Gervin. That's what he reminded you of. Well, George Gervin has even said he's better. Yeah. I mean, I'm not in that conversation. Kevin Durant is on that kind of level to the point where at some point in time, if you say he can't move Magic, it's because he's never been the leader that Magic Johnson was.
Right.
Galvanizing the troops. He's the orchestrator of Showtime, the architect of Showtime. Kevin Durant hasn't been that, but skill-wise, he's there.
I'm really interested in this, and not to go away from where we were going, but from your list. So 2 things. Are you saying that Magic Johnson is the greatest Laker of all time? And then did Tim Duncan, in your mind, have a better career on the list than Kobe Bryant?
I think Tim Duncan is the greatest power forward of all time.
Yep.
It used to be, in my mind, believe it or not, it wasn't Karl Malone, it was Kevin Mchale. Kevin Mchale was. I don't know why people forget about Kevin Mchale and how unstoppable he was in the post. 10 feet and in.
Never brought the ball down after rebound. That ball just stayed up there the entire time.
You couldn't stop Kevin Mchale. But I consider Tim Duncan to be the greatest power forward of all time. As I think about his career, if he had a better career than Kobe, it's primarily because Tim Duncan was in the same system, same coach, level of continuity, no drama, et cetera, whereas Kobe, you were with Shaq, then you were without Shaq. Phil Jackson was your coach, then he wasn't your coach, and then he came back to be your coach, and all of this stuff in between. So you could make the argument, it's debatable. As it pertains to the greatest Laker of all time, here's the only reason I give the edge to Magic. I give the edge to Magic because Magic was a leader.
Yeah.
Kobe became one. Magic walked in as one. From the start of his career, it was his show. And you had guys like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, James Worthy, and everybody else literally deferring to the Magic Man, with Pat Riley after Paul Westhead becoming the coach and saying, Showtime has arrived, take it away. Magic did all of that, which is why I give him the edge.
From the get-go, and of course, remember him playing center in Game 6 of the finals that year. And put up 40 points in that game.
I get 42.
Ridiculous.
It was 42, like 42 and 15. But the only reason why I don't bring that up as much as other people do, Magic was great and he was a rookie.
Yeah.
But it was Caldwell Jones that he was going up against. It wasn't like it was Moses Malone or somebody. It was Caldwell Jones who was playing center. Yeah. And, oh, by the way, also Chocolate Thunder, God rest his soul, Darryl Dawkins, who was, he was a foul waiting to happen. Darryl Dawkins came off the bench and picked up 2 fouls within 2 minutes. That was the difference.
Those Sixer teams of the 80s are one of my favorite teams all time when you had Charles Barkley, not obviously for that series, but then you had Caldwell Jones, Bobby Jones, Mark Ivoroni, the Doctor. I love that team. Andrew Toney, one of the greatest shooters of all time, but kept having those breaks on his feet.
Mo Cheeks.
Absolutely. Yep. I love that team. That's really an interesting list. By the way, real quickly, I once played golf with George Gervin. has the biggest hand you'll ever
Yes.
see. And every time you'd step over the ball, the young fella, show me what you got.
Greatest
Show
finger
me what you're working with.
Great.
And I'm
That's
just
right.
trying to hold on to the club.
That's
you know?
right.
Show me what you got, he kept telling me.
Greatest finger roll in history.
I
That's
could
exactly
finger
right.
roll, as he
Excellent
used to
finger
say.
roll.